What is up, everyone, and welcome back to the Innit FC Podcast, episode 12, I think. We took a bit of a break, It's me, your host, Yazid, Malcolm, my other host. The guy's traveling the world, man. He's having a good time. So, we miss him, but we are back, new look, new logo, new socials, new kind of branding and that. Amran, how have you been, bro?
Oh, actually, been great, actually. No? Looking at the league table, nothing to complain. Having a good time watching football. Been great.
What about you?
9-point gap on the top of the table. Just slowly creeping back into the title list.
Kev, I like how we just came back after like a couple of weeks, right? Both of you don't tell people who you are or anything, but you guys were just listening to Amran and Kev. And welcome back to the NFC Podcast. Well and truly, we are back. The trio. Obviously, Arsenal 9 points away. United a bit. We're getting there. Title charge in the works 2025. You heard it here first. Okay. No banter. Obviously, Liverpool. Will you win the league, you think?
I think at this point, I was thinking if we win Man City, then, I would have the chance to say we'll win the league. And we actually went on and did it. So I think every Liverpool fan has to be confident.
We talked about this, right? You had a clip, you talked about how Klopp was expired, and stuff like that. But, would you say Klopp has kind of laid the foundations for this team? A lot of people thought that this Liverpool team wasn't that great, right? Me myself, I said like, bar maybe 4 players, it's a box standard, like mediocre team. So would you attribute that to Slot's brilliance, or would you say the squad he inherited was like set up for him to succeed?
I think most of the credit goes to Klopp. He set up the foundation. All the players were Klopp's players, None of them were someone that Slot brought in. But I felt that Klopp has reached his peak, He couldn't bring the team further. And this team just needed some minor tweaks to get things running. And Slot actually managed to find that formula, the perfect formula. So
yeah, let's go to Kev here, right? Because, these guys got chess, right? Finished second twice, got chess talking to me and that. But, you know what? Let's be objective. Arsenal have been good this season, but title races with City, they cannot. Maybe against Liverpool, a better chance. You ask me, no, Arsenal winning it. But
9 points with 23 game weeks to go is still a very, very long way. But I think overall this season has been underwhelming. There's a lot of slip-ups or, banana peels on the floor that we fail to, overcome. And that's been the reason why we're almost 9 points behind. Yeah. So I wouldn't say I'm surprised that Liverpool are flying away with it right now, but I'm good to see City, obviously crashing down, because I was completely out of it after the last 2 seasons. But to see the City downfall, I'm here for that. Will we overtake Liverpool for the title? It's hard to say. As of now, no.
Yo, I don't know, but listeners, okay, but Kiko, if you're listening, right, I don't know, I'll give you the clip where Kev says like, but it's Pep. What? Like, how can you judge a manager? It's Pep. Slot came in, Pep's like, I want to harm myself. But when it's Arteta, it's like, Arteta to compete with Pep. So, I don't know, it's just banter.
I'm not saying that Arteta has been doing well. He's obviously it's bad. Like this season hasn't been up to standard compared to the last 2 seasons that we had. So it's not that I'm saying the reason why we're losing is because of Pep. But now that Pep's out of the picture, I still kind of expect Arsenal to get back to that level they used to be 1-2 years ago. But I think if we do reach that level and continue that momentum over the course of like a 10 or 15 game unbeaten streak, then who knows? But it's Liverpool's to lose as of now.
Yeah, for sure. Like I said, United, we are 9th. So I know 2025, come end of the season, we might be in the mix. No, I'm just kidding. We're not. But, we were on Arsenal. Let's start with Arsenal. Arsenal, West Ham. Thoughts on the game? I think Saka, I'll start first. I think Saka, again, this guy gets injured, their season is done. Because how important this guy is. And I think he will break the record for the most assists. Obviously, a lot of people on Twitter have been going back and forth saying that like you know, when KDB gets those assists, they're not always from set pieces. Saka's ones are predominantly crosses, but I think it was the number like 20 something. But I think Saka will break it. He's getting an assist almost like a couple of assists every game. So
I mean, there's a lot of it from corners. Full credit goes to the set piece coach. Full credit goes to practicing the corners back in the training ground. But to be able to perfect them is one thing, and I have zero issues whatsoever if Saka gets 30 assists all from corners as long as they keep going in. So he's having a fantastic season right now. There was an issue with his consistency. Last season and how he's been performing. Martinelli has also dropped off quite a bit. They're relying on Trossard now. It hasn't really been clinical, hasn't really been, ice cold in front of goal. But I think over time, we'll see how that evolves over the course of the season. But it's not enough right now. I don't think that West Ham win, it's although impressive, but I think it's more down to how West Ham have been so poor at home this season more than how Arsenal have been, going rampant the last 3 games. But it's short-term success as of right now. We need to see how this plays out in the long run. So I'm hoping it continues, hoping it's consistent, and yeah, good to see Saka firing. Yeah.
I mean, we talked about this. Odegaard coming back is just a huge boost for them. Like you said it, without Odegaard, the drop off.
It's just Odegaard is the key.
He's the captain also, like for a reason.
Yeah. You could see the difference right away in the West Ham game. They are a completely different team. Everything ticks. Goals keep flowing. That's the difference that Odegaard gives. And I think Arsenal fans can be very happy about how quickly Odegaard came back and how, if he stays fit for the rest of the season, they can keep pushing Liverpool for the title until maybe towards the last game of the season. Never know.
I think the Trossard goal, right? Let's talk about the Trossard goal. I think that's exactly what Arsenal would not score if Odegaard's not on the field. Like, nobody plays that kind of like, those kind of like smart, like ding passes in behind. The vision is like, it was Ozil-esque. Like, you would see a player like Ozil, your David Silva, all these guys, the little like kind of chip balls he played in behind. And, I was moved. I think good performance from Odegaard. And I think it's nice to see also that Saka kind of gave him the penalty. I mean, nice to see the camaraderie in this Arsenal team. Like, they're not fighting to like stat pad, Like, there's no argument when it comes to penalties. Like, Saka's like giving him a penalty. And then the second penalty where they won, we'll get to that. But, Saka gets to take his and he gets his goal. So, but on that penalty, I think that's a scandalous decision. I've not seen worse. There is no way in hell there's a penalty. This guy was doing this. I don't know how to do the Gyökeres, okay? Correct me if I'm wrong. But he will collapse when Fabianski like rubs his face. I don't understand, bro. Like, I just know if that's a United player, we don't get a pen for sure. Unless it's Onana punching, then we will concede. But compared to the Onana punches, like that's a rub, bro. I don't know. Is it a pen for you? I don't know.
No,
I don't think so.
Never a pen, but will it change the outcome of the game?
No, I think honestly, I want to talk a bit more about the game, right? I think Arsenal started off really well. Obviously, got up to 3-0 up, just like that, 30 minutes in. When the moment Emerson scored for a good 10 minutes, 15 minutes, you're under the cosh. And I really think if you don't get that penalty, it's a completely different game.
Would we drop points? I don't think so.
You never know, because you're against a team that you were winning 3-0. You go into halftime, you're 3-2 up. It's very different from
you're 4-2 up.
You're 4-2 up, right? It's a very different thing. Like 2 goals is like something you could like potentially come back from. But like when it's 3 and like after you score 2, like the momentum is done. The stadium gets excited when Emerson scores, right? And then the penalty is like, okay, the game's done again. Like we're not gonna score 3. And that's how the game panned out, right? Second half, no goals. It was just kind of like, it is what it is. But, you talked a lot about Arsenal. How is Lopetegui still in the job, by the way? Because this guy is inspiring, because he makes me feel like I can be a manager. Like, how, bro?
I remember at the start of the season, there was like a prediction around the table how West Ham are the dark horse. And to see it go completely shambolic after last week's results, I think it's time for a change in manager for them.
Yeah. I'm surprised he's still in the job.
it's insane because it's not just the results. It's the fact that they've had arguably one of the better windows this summer. We were saying S tier, like one of the best, right? You can't have a window like that and regress. It makes no logical sense. And, Lopetegui has to take a lot of the blame because he's gone and spent the money on Kilman. Todibo as well. These are good players, but he's just not making it work. And I don't know. Ten Hag gave him the lifeline. Ten Hag, he's gone. I mean, if you lose to him, you should be sacked at this point. I think any manager that goes and loses to Lopetegui should be sacked. I don't know. Newcastle, Eddie Howe. A couple of weeks ago, I was looking at him. We've discussed because there's no way Newcastle should be dropping points to West Ham. But I think the only thing you can highlight about West Ham a little bit is Wan-Bissaka. He's showing a new side to his game. I don't know how. No,
I mean,
he's never been a clinical guy in the box. He's got two in
it's a goal. It's a goal, and he did well against Newcastle. Right?
The Newcastle finish was a tidy one for a Spider.
It's a stretch to say.
Nah, you have to deep it though. He's got 8 legs. He has to finish. It's not the easiest thing.
It is Wan-Bissaka, but to say he's a new player after that, I wouldn't go to that stretch.
I mean, hot take or not, I take him over Dalot in United. I mean, I've said this.
That's for them to.
I mean, make of it what you will. I take Wan-Bissaka right now over Dalot. I don't know what Real Madrid are smoking because I saw on Twitter just before we started recording that Real Madrid are interested in Diogo Dalot for like 50 mil. Like, I want to know what they're smoking right there because just give us the money and he's all yours.
I don't think he's a bad player. I don't think he's horrible.
Yeah, I think it's a lot easier to judge players when they don't play for your team. And you're not in 9th position. And you have not spent majority of the last few weeks in the bottom half of the table.
Dalot over Robo?
No. I think a large section of United fans wouldn't want Dalot to leave, even though Real Madrid is offering 50 million.
And that's concerning, Because, Amorim has made it clear he needs a left back. So, where does Dalot fit? At right wing back? No. Ahmad is there. So, I don't know. With Dalot, I'll cash out. But we get the United there. We still got a couple of games to talk about. Spurs, Fulham. I think Spurs are just the funniest team in world football, bro. Like, how do you smash City at the Etihad 4-0, smoke them, lights out, and then at home you draw 1-1 to... I don't know. That's crazy.
Typical Spurs, Jekyll and Hyde football. I think they are just so inconsistent. It's really scary to see. From last year, I think Ange was at the wheel, and then you see shock results at home. Games you expect 3 points from, and then they go away to City. I mean, for them to come back, can't be 10-man Fulham at home.
I'm surprised of the lineup as well. I saw certain jarring omissions, like Kulusevski wasn't starting that game. Timo Werner was playing striker. Not sure whether Solanke was injured or something, but I don't know why there was so many changes compared to the Man City game when they didn't play in the Europe, right? Did they play in the Europe?
I think Spurs? No, they did not.
They did not play. Yeah, they had 1 week rest and they decided to completely change the team.
No, they did play in Europe. They should have played in Europe because this was a Europa League game.
Yeah, I think
so they would have played in the Conference League or the Europa League. I can't remember which.
That might be the reason.
They are Europa. Are they in Europa?
Europa.
Yeah, they're in Europa League. So they played midweek. But that being said, I don't know. Kulusevski, the way he's playing is undroppable, man. He's in that position, he offers them something unique, and dropping him is crazy. Did he not start the game?
He didn't start the game.
Yeah, that's insane.
Yeah, he came on when it was 1-1.
Yeah, I mean, I think when will we reach the point where we start questioning Ange? Because the football is great when it's good, but when it goes to the absolute shit, it goes to the absolute shit. It goes all the way to the trenches. How are you losing to Ipswich at home? And a week before that, they got a good result. Was it? I know, a couple of weeks before that, they just smashed United.
They beat Villa. They beat
Villa 4-1. Yeah, they beat Villa 4-1. The next week, they go lose to Ipswich, bro. Ipswich had not won a game once.
That's the first league win.
That's insane. I don't know. We are critical of managers, and I think, Ange is a very good manager. Don't get it twisted. I think he's good, but I think because of the way he conducts himself and because of the persona, he kind of gets, he doesn't get too much stick from fans. That's just me. Because if he spoke like a particular ball man and says, hey, eras will come to an end and all that, he'll be gone. Like the roller coaster in which Spurs are in terms of momentum is insane for a club of that stature, you know?
I think the expectation of Spurs, I honestly think the expectation of United is way higher than a club like Spurs. So mediocre results and then next week you bounce back, everything's okay again. So it's I think partly due to, I don't know, as an Arsenal fan, maybe the stature of
but
Spurs.
you're saying it from a fan perspective.
Yeah.
Right? I'm talking about it from a Spurs perspective. Like we have moved to arguably the most gorgeous stadium in London. The place is like the Bernabeu. Like it's so nice. You know, they've invested, you know, they've upgraded their training facilities and stuff like that. So they want to be a big club, you know, they are acting like a big club. Why is this accepted, you know? Like I think in any top club, the way Ange has gone from the highs to the lows, I don't know if he'll be in the job, you know? Like some performances I could just bring out in Ange's tenure that I think are absolutely unacceptable. At home last year, I was at the game. He was down to 9 men and he was attacking Chelsea and they won 4-1. Like, and at the end of the game, the vibe of the whole, like my whole Twitter feed was like, oh, look at them. Like they're going for it at 9, like with 9 men. Like if I'm a United fan, we're down to 9 and we're trying to go for the game when it's 1-1 or something. I'm losing my mind. Like surely you set up to take the point, right? And it's like, there are a couple of results in there that losing to Ipswich is scandalous. No way. That's crazy.
Maybe they didn't ever have a string of really bad results together. I think it was always a up, down, and that's why nobody really has paid attention to the blips.
But Amran, this season in particular, it's literally up, down, up, down. It's like one win, draw, lose. One win, draw, lose. It's like consistently mediocre.
It's like when fans expect them to lose the game, they come out with like a really unexpected result. Like against Man City, I don't think anyone gave them a chance at Etihad. And then they went on to win and fans were all, everything is fine. You know, we are back. And then the following game against Fulham, when everyone thought they were going to win, the result didn't go their way. So I think when they don't start winning those unexpected games, then Ange might be in trouble, I think.
Yeah, perhaps. But, you know, second season under Ange, like the expectation this year has to be Champions League football, in my opinion. But I mean, I have seen perspectives from like Spurs fans on Twitter saying that like, you know, the Arsenal, it was a process. You know, they did suffer at the beginning. So perhaps maybe Daniel Levy is being a bit, you know, patient with Ange, you know, kind of trusting the process. Usually he's kind of quick to, you know, make decisions. You know, he's not scared to let managers go and stuff like that. So I think only time will tell, but it is quite concerning because, you know, if Spurs can play at that level consistently, they'll be right up there. Like they have that, like, you can't smack City and not and go lose to Ipswich. Like it's too far. Like the drop off is too far. And I don't know why. Why is that the case? But they've got to sort it out because, you know, a lot of these players, like I said about Arsenal, Spurs are very easy for other clubs to poach their players, right? I think Pedro Porro is really good in the way like fullbacks work in the modern game. Like someone will just come and pick up a Porro.
I'll take a medicine.
Yeah, you take a medicine. He walks. I think he will probably start in Liverpool.
Udogi's doing well.
Yeah, Udogi. Like United have been linked with like Alfonso and all that. Like very much go for Udogi, who's like probably up there, one of the best fullbacks in the world, right? And then Son, like, yeah, you extend him, but like he's towards the end of his career already. But yeah, you could go pick up a Son as well because he'd be good. Like he racks up GA, he's good, consistently good, right? But, you know, I think we stick at London. You know, enough about Spurs. Talk about, you know, the blue side of London, the only side that's won Champions League. I always say the biggest club in London. Because to be the biggest, you have to win the Champions League, in my opinion. Okay, that's another conversation. But, you know, Chelsea against Villa. So 3-0. I think that was clean. That was clean for Chelsea.
Convincing. I think many didn't give a chance to Maresca, right? At the start of the season.
Yeah, I had him sacked. I'm getting killed on TikTok right now. On 120K views, getting absolutely violated. But I'll say I'll hold it, right? Because I didn't give him a chance. I think a lot of us thought that like it was like a bizarre appointment. But what he's shown, especially with such an inconsistent group of players, is finding a way to get them playing consistent. And we started off the episode talking about how Klopp kind of laid the foundations. I think I would give a bit of credit to Pochettino because towards the end of last season, they were able to kind of find some form. Some of these players, they were able to get better. Like Madueke was better towards the end of last year. Cole Palmer was Cole Palmer. Like, that's an anomaly, right? But a lot of these players got better. And I think, I will give some credit to Pochettino, but given where they were last year and how they are performing this year, it's all on Maresca, It's crazy what he's done with the team. But I don't know if you guys saw this, but Cole Palmer put a story out. Okay? He posted the Snapchat conversation between him and Morgan Rogers. So on Friday, before the game was on Sunday, right? On Friday, they were going back and forth on Snapchat. So Cole Palmer was like, I'm bringing back the man of the match trophy with me. And Morgan Rogers was like, you're not going to score against us. And what happens? Cole Palmer, what a goal, by the way. But it's like to the point where like when Palmer scores like this, it's like, oh, okay. And that's when it's like he's world class.
Left foot finish, stop bins. It's really impressive.
Like, didn't have much time to take the shot. Like he had to take it quick. And I keeper rooted as well. Like, that's crazy.
I think the thing with Chelsea now is that they look a very systematic team. They look very rock solid. And I think there's a lot of progress from what we've seen last season when they were all over the place, a bit spineless. There's a lack of intensity, a lack of poise with them. And then I think now with consistent starters in Neto, Madueke, Jackson firing for Chelsea, Palmer in the hole, I think it's looking like a scary team, and I think they have a good chance of finishing in the Champions League spots.
I think one of the reasons why Chelsea are doing well is that pivot. I think Caicedo has been immense this season.
And Lavia coming in.
Lavia staying fit alongside Caicedo. I think that is kind of the game changer for Chelsea. That's why they are, being consistent in their results.
And I want to give a bit more prop to Maresca here because what he's done with Enzo Fernandez, he's unleashed this new Enzo that I've not seen since the World Cup. I think the last couple of weeks, the way Enzo has played, if Chelsea can get him playing like this, they are going to be serious coming the end of the season because there's a reason he went for 120 mil. Like, we'll make fun of him saying it's not worth the money and all that, but he was regarded as one of the best young centre midfielders. I think he won Young Player of the Tournament, the World Cup.
Yeah, he
did.
Right. And yes. I would say if he did not play as well as he did, they would not have won. Like, he was that influential. So, and Enzo was chipping in goals. So, you add Enzo into this concoction, right? And then you've got Caicedo having the season of his life, looking like, behind Rodri, I'll just place him as like the best holding midfielder in the league. Like, that's how far I put him. Like, Rice is close, but I think Caicedo can just do so much with a football. You can't even press him. It's insane. So, that pivot with Enzo coming in, chipping in the goals as well. Do you see the finish?
Oh, outside.
That's icy.
Trivella finish, right?
One touch, bang. That guy is not messing around. He knows if he doesn't. I think that's why I'm going to give credit to Maresca here, because usually with Enzo, he knew he was going to play every week. He knew like he can drop like a 6 out of 10. He would play. I think under Poch, he never got dropped, right? Now with Lavia coming back, he knows he has to be in his game. And if he's not on his game, he'll be dropped. And I like having Enzo playing in this type of form because I think what this allows Chelsea to do in the big games is like kind of play him in a 10 and then shift Palmer onto the wing. And if Chelsea be pragmatic with Neto, like setting out with Neto, Nico, and Palmer, Enzo as a 10 with Lavia and Caicedo away from home. Like, good luck to you, like breaking them down and trying to defend them on a counter because with the way Palmer is just going to ping a ball to like Neto, it might be reps, So,
do you think Madueke and Neto are upgradable in that extent? if Chelsea want to go to the next level, are those two players their weak links?
I think Neto is already an upgrade to Chelsea. I think he has made his mark, and Maresca seems to be using him more often compared to the start of the season. But with Madueke, I don't know. Maybe.
I think with Madueke, I think I've talked about this, right? The right wing market is so bad, bro. Like there's I don't know. You couldn't name me 10 right wingers right now that would start in your teams. Like outside of your teams, obviously you got Saka and Salah, right? But the right wing market is so kind of it's dead. Like it's a dead market. So I like Madueke. I think he's good, but obviously the thing with Chelsea is Neto can always play on the left. That's what they have. So I think they'll be fine if they just go with Madueke and Neto. I think Sancho is just showing me exactly why I didn't rate him because, yeah, is it a leopard or cheetah? Doesn't change his spots. What is it called? I don't know. Yeah,
leopard. I think.
Is it leopard?
Yeah.
Yep. That's the stinker right there. So a leopard doesn't change his spots. Yeah, Sancho, you cannot scam me. You went to the mountain, you came back, you went to Chelsea, you can put all the Afro beats, bro. Your ass. You're horrible. He got subbed off 60 minutes, They were up 2 or 3-0, I think. He took him off, You know how bad he had to be?
I mean, speaking about the right wing market, you've seen how City struggled to replace Mahrez since Savinho come in 17 games, I think, without a goal or assist, which is unacceptable as a Man City player, to be honest. And I think even on the left side, you've seen them rotate. Grealish, Doku has been coming. Suddenly, Nunes has been playing on the left. It's not a good sight to see, But to see a Man City downfall, I'm okay with it. But I think that's a big issue right now with how City have been lining up their team.
And yeah, last thing I want to just put onto the table here, right? Haaland's had a bet. He's having a bet on the game. So obviously, when you put a tier list, he probably is the best striker in the league right now. I think Nico is pushing him for being the best striker in the league because the way he's finishing the last few games, his hold-up play, the link-up, these finishes are not easy. I the one he scored against Villa is not an easy chance, and he bags again. I think behind, hot take or not, I think based on this season, I would say behind Haaland is Nico Jackson, I think.
You could argue. Top 3, I'll put him in top 3.
Yeah, who's in your top 3 then?
Would you say, I mean...
yeah, obviously Haaland. But who would you put ahead of Nico?
What are we looking at? Goal scorer? Numbers? Goal scorer? How many goals has he scored?
Possibly, I think the only guy in terms of form who can compete or chat to Nico is Cunha, right?
Chris Wood will be out.
No. Yeah, let's not do this. I mean, I guess you don't look purely at numbers here. The eye test matters. João Pedro is really good, but he's not played enough this season to be considered. I think Cunha's up there.
Welbeck.
Welbeck's up there. Welbeck's up there. I think you have to give him his flowers. The guy's been killing it, but. I would say arguably behind Haaland, I would say Nico's up there. And if he maintains this form, Chelsea will have a chance towards the end of the season. I think a lot of people are sleeping on Chelsea, and that's good for them, right? Because when a team doesn't have expectations, they kind of play well.
They are at the same points with Arsenal, right?
Yep. And everyone thinks Arsenal are in the title race, but not Chelsea. So, I think it's a good way to move from the top half of the table, right, to the bottom half of the table. So in 13th position, the team actually managed to climb to 9th. Me. Yeah, we actually got out, United against Everton, 4-0. Obviously in the group chat, I was going a bit mental yesterday. Everyone was wondering why I was losing it. Because we were winning 4-0, right?
So much anger.
Yeah, I have too much anger in my soul. But obviously, what are your initial thoughts on Amorim? I'm going to start as a United fan. I think Amorim has been a breath of fresh air. I think another 10 more interviews, he might punch someone. Because this guy clearly has said he don't want to get interviewed this much. But they're just constantly raining him with interviews. They're asking Ed Sheeran to say what's up, bro. Shape of you, bro. What's going on? So, I think I like Amorim in the sense where, he has an idea and he's sticking to it. But my concern, like I said to you before, I don't know if I said to you guys, but I've told to other United fans on Twitter and, when I meet them in person, right? I think in the Premier League, at times, you might need to shift a little bit. And even though we won 4-0, I don't know if you watched the game entirely, but I did. I don't think we were great. I think on another day, easily Everton could have scored 2-3 chances, and that's Everton. Like, these are teams that should not have a sniff against you. Everton struggled to create against Brentford, who had 10 men at home. They should not be rocking up to Old Trafford and playing through us.
I think they're 16 right now. I think that's the reason why they are 16.
Yes.
So
I mean, the way I look at it is like they were our rivals this season. You know what I mean? Like, we took points. It's a big game for us. But to be honest, the last couple of years, Everton has been a box standard 3 points for United. We always win. So, you know, I think the 3-4-3 is interesting. I think Mazraoui is showing exactly why he's up there for signing of the season for the price point. At 12 million, I would say, in my opinion, take away the team. I think for 12 million, if you present him to any of the top 6 clubs, you take him. And we got him. And it's a purchase I waited for a long time for United to make, where we get a player who I know is valued far, far more. Like, in terms of what he could bring to a team. But he's not a player that everyone will go for, but we went for him. Good money as well. Just because he said free Palestine, it was 12 mil. We took him. And I know happy days, you know. Who are Bayern playing at right back now? Bowie? Was his name Bowie?
Sasha Bowie.
I don't know. No way in hell he's better than Mazraoui. For sure. I mean, I don't watch the Bundesliga like that, but the way Mazraoui is playing this season, the guy's playing false centre-back, bro. I don't know that role existed. A false centre-back. Do you know what's a false centre-back? So, neither do I. I only started learning when I saw Amorim's system. So, I think in the first game, he had 185 touches in the first half or something as a centre-back. It's something crazy like
against
that.
Ipswich.
Yeah, so he's really pivotal to us. And obviously, the hot talking point in the group chat and today all over Twitter, right? You know, I think Amad Diallo, yeah? You guys had a lot to say.
What a player. Fantastic.
I'm impressed.
You're impressed. You're moved.
I'm moved.
Blown out of the water. At right wing back is a revelation to United. I think that what he brings, you know, the poise, the ability to press like that in the United team, I think
that energy itself, no?
It's
up and down,
it's
up
insane.
and down.
I think people also forget he's 22 years old. So, wow. Really impressed.
I put him up there with, I think, slightly above Saka, the way he's playing. No, of course not. I put him below Anthony.
I mean, Saka and him play different positions. So.
Yeah.
Saka is naturally a fullback, bro.
But he doesn't play.
Saka is naturally a fullback, bro.
Diallo plays right wing back, you know.
Oh, yeah, Saka wouldn't play there. He couldn't.
How many games, how many assists did he had that game?
Two
assists.
Two assists.
Why are we moving like Pogba against, what was it, Leeds? Like 4. This guy,
he created a goal himself. Like, there was no build up, nothing. Pressed the ball.
Like, KDB would be proud of that.
Not really, but you know, the intensity is something United have been missing.
Fairs. You know, that we done well against the mighty Everton.
As a United fan, I'll be happy if my right.
And that's why you're not a United fan.
I'm an Arsenal fan and I'm happy. You know,
and that's why you're not a United fan. You know, the way I see it is like, okay, this might sound outrageous, but I don't rate Amad like that. I think at most he's a bench player, and so is Anthony.
That's insane. Now, Anthony wouldn't even make the bench. Let's be real.
Okay.
In that system.
Wait. Let me land, right? Let me land. This is just because, like, if you look at numbers wise, Amad over the last couple of seasons, Anthony over the last couple of seasons, both have barely racked up anything. I have seen games. Wallah, I've seen games. Diallo does the same thing Anthony does. I go onto Twitter. They're like, wow, this guy is amazing. Anthony does the same thing because he's 100 mil. They will say he's a spinner. All the memes will start coming out that he's staring. He got memed for doing some prayer, dude. Like, this guy cannot breathe. And I don't know. I mean, obviously, Diallo has been decent last couple of games. I'll give him that, right? But the way some of these United fans are moving, like,
I mean,
they are saying he's our star boy. Like, these are big words, bro.
He is. Two games he's played under this system. 3 assists in 2 games at right wing back. Do you know how impressive that is? Like, if I see, I don't know, like a Ben White game.
Okay,
I'll be hyped.
Let me just quickly give you another hypothetical situation. So, it's so impressive, right, Ahmad? So, Zirkzee might be one of the best strikers in the league. He played a 1 game, he started, scored 2.
It might change his career at United in this system as an, you know, he plays a 9.5, you know, how he said, and then now he's playing as the shadow striker in behind Rashford. I think we'll see how that evolves over the season, but it's looking good for him. for Zirkzee right now.
But to see how fast Ahmad, caught on to that, the new formation, the new role. It's not easy to just convert from a right winger, traditional right winger, to a right wing back. And he has done it superbly.
We've talked about how Mazraoui is very adaptable.
German.
There's not enough.
This is a United game. You guys probably didn't watch the game like that. I have the average positioning of the players, right?
No, but
let's break this myth. In the 3-4-3, Amorim plays, right? When we attack and when we are on transition, Ahmad is not he's not defending a winger. He plays like a winger. Like it then becomes a 4.
He slots in as a 5 once they're defending.
No.
He does.
In moments, bro, how many times did Diallo win back the ball?
The two is...
No. You say when we're defending, right? That was him pressing.
Yeah.
That's the average position of a right wing back where he pressed and won the ball back. That's a right winger's position, bro. Like, he's on paper, he's a right wing back, right? The way we are set up, Diallo kind of like plays left back. Mazraoui falls center back, goes there. It's complicated, bro. I don't understand it because I'm not used to this.
But I think I've seen that Conte's 5 at the back, right? I've seen Reece James and Alonso push up that far to win the ball. They played when they played against Liverpool.
They're allowed to
That's
play
kind
that,
of the 3-4.
Yeah, but I have seen Marcus Alonso defend 1v1. Let's see this week, Arsenal, 1v1, Trossard versus Diallo. Let's judge him as a fullback then.
I think he'll put Trossard in the pocket.
He will not put Trossard in the pocket.
I'm certain.
It'll be interesting to see the Arsenal versus United because I think Diallo will have more opportunities to defend because it's Arsenal away. So it'll be mostly Arsenal attacking, right?
What the
and then we
am
can
I
see
hearing?
If Diallo actually does his job as a right wing back.
He's right.
Because it'll be mostly Arsenal keeping the ball, attacking. So we can actually see what is Diallo's actual role.
We talk about Mazraoui's capability, right? I think there's not enough plaudits for Diallo to be able to adapt that fast in that system. I think, to be fair, in a separate universe, I'll take Diallo at Arsenal for sure at driving back.
No, you will not take Diallo. You're being a troll, but that's fine. You know why? Because Diallo adapted to the new system, but when Ten Hag was there, the whole team was bad. But Mazraoui was playing fine though, the whole time. So, make of it what you will. Let's not spend too much on teams at 9 position. Okay? We don't have that much time. Okay? Let's quickly go to the game of the weekend. Liverpool City. My guy pointed this. This Pep Guardiola is in his Mourinho era. He is finished. I have not seen a bigger meltdown in a recent time. A week ago, I want to harm myself. Now he's pointing 6. More than you believe. I knew there was something wrong. But now you are seeing things come out. Fundamentally, there was something wrong in this man. And now you're seeing it. When he loses Rodri, something in the mind goes off. He tried Rico Lewis there. That doesn't work. Now he's rocking up to Anfield with Nunes as a left winger. With Trent. Trent is there for the taking. He sets up with Nunes. Amran, you watch the game. Talk to me, man. I think Pep, it's looking scary.
Yeah, I think it's a generational hit loss there. The formation that I saw Pep put out, I was licking my lips. Why was Doku not there to attack Trent?
The guy can't defend, bro.
Exactly. Doku always has one up on Trent.
No. Don't say Doku. Any left wing that can move forward, that does not have any inertia, reluctance to move, will put Trent down. And he was let me put Matthias Nunes, who had a stinker.
A natural centre mid is playing left mid.
That's something you'd see Jose do, no?
He's been doing that this season, though. He's been doing that since the start of this season. I think in certain cases, like when they're playing low blocks, like Ipswich or, a lower half of the table, you've seen that. Yeah, assists here and there. But against Liverpool, where Trent is, a weak point, I do not understand how he's...
And I love how Slot just took off Trent when Doku came on. He was not... I love this guy. He knows. He's telling the whole world this guy can't defend, bro. He knows. Joe Gomez go right back. Get the Kwanzaa.
Kwanzaa play right back.
Kwanzaa play right back. Oh, he wanted him far away from the goal. So I mean,
But,
yeah, I
know-
mean, what were your thoughts on the game? You know,
I think the most important decision that Pep didn't make, I would say, is not putting Walker on the bench. Because based on his recent form and based on the statistics, I think whenever Walker started, they didn't win a game. All their losses and draws came when Walker played and he was directly involved in those goals that they conceded.
I think you could say that for half of the defense, the way they are defending now.
But
Walker is the captain.
but his recent form has been abysmal, and
You
I've
would
seen
play,
City
you would
fans.
play Rico Lewis away at Anfield, defending Luis Diaz and Gakpo.
Anyone but Walker at this stage because of the way he's playing right now.
Lewis did start, but he played in that midfield role that he's used to. So
I mean, the first goal is on him, culpable. He went to sleep. Something I've seen more from Trent. And you know, once the defensive abilities of Walker start not being at his peak, then you start questioning whether he should play, because he's known for being the bailout, right? The recovery and all that. But I don't know, man. I think let's not talk too much about City, because the last 6, 7. How was the stat? 6 games, 6 losses,
6
a
games.
draw in the last 7. I don't know. I think people are not going in on Pep because of what he's achieved, but any other manager gets absolutely crucified because this form is diabolical. And the way City looked in the first half, it looked like how United would look at Anfield generally. They would always look like they're going to concede. The whole game looked like that. They were just pinned back in their half. They looked like one of the weaker United teams that come up. They just set up shop, hope they get a counter, and they didn't do anything.
I mean, for City to come away with 6 Premier League titles in Pep's era, I think this kind of form is bound to happen. But I think people are surprised at the fact that it's happening in such a manner where it's consecutive. The question then arises: will that form diminish and will City come up again? I think that's bound to happen, but it's a matter of how City recover from this. Are there new signings coming? Are there old heads getting replaced? There's a lot of issues right now within that team. I think in the January transfer window they'll be pretty active with their transfers.
And like for how much City played bad, right? I think we have to give credit to Klopp's tactics as well. In the first half, we were all over them. We were
Klopp's tactics,
pressing-
by the way.
Slots.
Slots tactic.
Is it slot?
Slot.
I'm finished. I want to harm myself.
In the first half, we were like pressing them. They were making mistakes after mistakes in the first 20, 30 minutes. But in the second half, we actually sat back and we went on the
Behaved.
counter. Yeah, we actually respected our opponent. And this is something new that Liverpool fans, I think, would enjoy, because these kind of tactics would win you games.
I think it's quite basic tactics. Like, just Klopp was a maniac.
Yeah, he would
Yeah.
press for the 90 minute and, things might go
That's
wrong.
his philosophy, But I think the reason why, because of Klopp's philosophy, that's why the pressing is already good. So you can play 2 styles, you know what I mean? You look at the Southampton game, the way they were pressing. Southampton didn't look that bad against Brighton. But when Liverpool put them under the cosh, they look horrible. So, I think you got to give a lot of credit to Slot, man. And Klopp as well, like you said. Let's talk about your boy, front runner.
Oh,
Another
I think-
penalty. Another penalty for the Christmas celebration. Wait, another thing. Wait, what? Nah.
I think I have to look at the camera when I say this. Give him the Ballon d'Or. Ballon d'Or charge starts right here.
I think you look at this camera. And
This
see.
camera.
Yep.
Salah, Ballon d'Or. Give it to him right now.
Loading.
And put the contract on the table. He deserves the contract.
I have one question for Yazid here. If tomorrow, season ends and they have to give the Ballon d'Or tomorrow, who will win it?
The thing is, the season doesn't end. You're asking me a question. If
Hypothetical
my,
question.
my auntie had balls. I don't know, bro. She'll be my uncle.
Hypothetical question.
Based on current form.
I say Yamal. He just won the Euros.
Did
He won
the last
he won
time
the Euros. The moment he does not play for Barcelona, they look bad. When he's playing, he's ripping teams apart. He's how old only? And he just won the Euros, bro.
I think
Wasn't the last Ballon d'Or for the Euros?
Okay.
this
But-
current season.
This current season.
This current season, who's top of the La Liga also?
Who's out of the Champions League?
You all know that Real Madrid has a game in hand, and if they win it, they are top of the La Liga.
And you know why they have been dropping points, Barcelona? Because a certain Spanish Moroccan kid is injured.
You can't give the Ballon d'Or because if
And
that guy
neither
play,
can you give a Ballon d'Or after 13 games.
No, I'm just saying
Based on current
hypothetically.
form.
I will give it to Diallo.
Fair.
You are doing this stuff. We are doing this stuff stupid
Fair.
debates, right? Yeah,
Fair.
give it to Diallo. Give it to
Fair.
Mazraoui. Give it to Ten Hag. Give it to Bowen. This guy who is in Korea now, Malcolm, will come and say give it to Somerville. Give it to Somerville. We miss you, Malcolm, but he will say give it to Somerville. You ask Mujahid, he will say give it to Caicedo. Or he will say Reece, my boy Reece.
But I know that we are saying we should give the Ballon d'Or to Salah, right? But I think on top of that, at this rate, he has eclipsed all the other right wingers in the Premier League history, and I think he has cemented himself as the best right winger in the Premier League history.
I mean, I would say top 2 for sure. I think you can't eclipse one of the greatest players of all time. Just because in 3 seasons he's won everything.
Highly doubt.
More than Salah. Like you can score and score and score, but you don't win. It's a bit hard.
To do it consistently for 8 years, no? You know,
Son has scored, I think, more than 10, 20 goals every year. Do we put him in this bracket?
Salah has not got less than 25 GA in the Premier League alone for the past 8 seasons.
We talk about Thierry Henry and how he's the all-time Premier League great. Some say he's the Premier League GOAT, Thierry Henry. But for Salah to be, after that assist to Gakpo last weekend, he has overtaken Henry by 1 assist as we speak. And 7 goals behind Thierry Henry in all-time Premier League top goal scorers. I think that is a sensational stat. And it's hard to...
The way you're moving is like you're okay, Salah scores 7 more. Beats Henry. Better than Henry lah.
Statistically, yeah.
Wow, yeah. Football is finished. Wallah, it's finished. Football is finished.
To touch Henry's numbers.
Henry.
To touch Henry's numbers is like not many players can do that. You have to be special to touch those numbers.
Yeah.
And that's what we are
If he's
saying.
overtaken Henry in goals and assists, is he not a better player than Henry?
No.
Why?
There's more to football than just GA.
What is it?
How many of these goals are penalties, bro?
It doesn't matter.
Henry,
Henry has
It
taken
doesn't matter. It
Henry
doesn't
takes
matter.
more.
Henry has taken penalties too. So
You can't have 2-3 good seasons and claim that you are the best player in that position. I would say that he's the
Okay, let's have this conversation when he gets a Dior lah.
loading.
Ronaldo got a Dior that young, that quick.
he had that amazing season.
Before Rodri, there was not another player in the Premier League that got the Ballon d'Or.
No, I'm not saying Ronaldo.
Salah has had 8 good years to try and get it. He has
Ronaldo-
not cracked the top 3. The top 3 he haven't cracked. 4, I think he got. Behind Mane, he came in. Assalamu alaikum.
We're not saying Salah has surpassed Ronaldo as a football player. That's not even close. But I'm talking
in my
his Premier League.
opinion, to be the greatest right winger in the Premier League, you have to have more than 1 league title. And come the end of the year, I might say he got 2. I think Ronaldo had 2 in the 3 years. So fair, maybe.
We can't just base it on team achievements. If we just base it on team achievements, then best left winger would be
Then
Ryan
again,
Giggs.
you are shooting yourself in the foot. I just said he needs to win a Ballon d'Or. And
He will.
He win.
He will win.
He wins. Okay, if he wins,
If he wins,
if Salah wins a Ballon d'Or, I would dead ass wear a Salah jersey, Egyptian one, whichever. The Moana one also you can get me. Okay, you can get me a Christmas jersey because the guy celebrates Christmas. You can get me whatever you want. I will wear a Salah jersey for 1 episode. I will come in and I will yap about Salah for about 10 minutes
Fair.
straight. Fair. And Ras will be naked for him and listen. Fair.
I know that we have differing opinions, but I'll be interested to see what the fans think, no? What the viewers think, whether Salah is the best right winger in the Premier League history.
Yeah, I mean, to the listeners, Amran is saying Salah, greatest right winger in Premier League history. I'm saying Cristiano. Let us know what you think in the comments below. But, I think this is something we argue for ages, right? Let's go. There's a midweek game this week. Let's quickly run through some games. City was Nottingham. It's quite crazy to say City are not going to smash them. But I don't think it's going to be an easy game for them because Nottingham know that City are there for the taking. And Nuno is coming with 3 buses, not one. He'll come with 3 buses.
I think that will be the downfall, no? Nottingham knowing that City are there for the taking, I think.
And they would say, no, that's the thing about Nottingham. They know teams are there for the taking. They won't play football still.
I don't think they'll be able to replicate what they did at Anfield. I don't think so. I think it's an easy win for City.
I don't know.
Nottingham.
I've been saying it's going to be an easy win for City for the last 6 weeks.
Nah.
How many weeks? You know, maybe not 6 weeks, maybe like 3 weeks.
It stops here. Hudson and Odoi longer, yeah, fair. But
it's like you saying Reece James will play more than 2 games. It stops here. I don't know.
you'll see.
You might, I don't know, man. I feel like
You'll see.
I would probably captain Haaland this week, but he might blank again. If I see Matthias Nunes left wing, I'm done. No way. It's a midweek game, and we are in Singapore. We watch the game at like 3 a.m. No way a City fan in Singapore will want to watch Nunes on left wing at 3 a.m. after clocking in for work. Nah. But I guess quick predictions, I think I would say I wouldn't give a scoreline. I wouldn't say who's going to win, who's going to lose. I'm just going to say it's going to be less than 2 goals.
3-1 for me.
Man, sit here.
Yeah, I think 3-1 is fair.
Let's go to Liverpool against Newcastle.
Tricky.
I think Liverpool played away again. They played against Southampton. I think they're in for one. Because Amran was very worried when United played Southampton. Amran was very worried. I was in India. He was very worried for me in Singapore. I felt the energy. It transported, no? It took Indigo flight. It flew there to Katimanar Koil. It was there.
Cool.
Amran was so concerned. He was like, hey, I'm very worried like United. They concede the penalty.
The only positive, I think, is that there's no Isak, so Van Dijk won't get a red card.
Oh, yeah.
We are
Because
safe.
that guy will rip their Van Dijk apart.
So I think we are safe.
Not convinced by Newcastle as of yet.
No, but Newcastle always hard game. You should know more than others.
I mean,
How many times you lost the
don't-
league there? How many times you lost the league there? See this one out there, little chap.
2. We lost 2 league.
There's only 2 title races you've had. You lost both the races there, and you're saying,
Yeah, it's not
I'm
5.
not convinced.
It's not 5.
You've not had 5. You've not had 5.
I'm just saying it's not gonna be an easy win for Newcastle. I don't think it's an easy win for Liverpool. I think
Nobody says it's going to be easy game for Newcastle.
I don't think Newcastle would upset Liverpool the way they
upset
play.
means anything but a win for Liverpool. And I think it's not a straightforward game at all. And the way Barnes or Gordon is playing up against Bradley's injured, and that might be a disadvantage for Liverpool here, because when it comes to defending, it's time for you to learn some Arabic, brother. Trent Alexander-Arnold.
Trent was
Might-
defending pretty well first half, no?
He did.
Yeah,
But
I
it's
mean-
Nunes.
It's Matthias Nunes.
Fair.
But the passes he was giving,
Passes giving was great. But the moment Doku came on, Slot said no. Halas. Doku came on, Slot said halas. Come back.
but no one gives those passes in the league, no? Only Trent has it in his locker.
I agree.
Twerk for the guy while he twerks for Madrid. You are shameless. What predictions for that game? I think Newcastle will do something. But I still think Salah will score a penalty. I've said this for the last 3 weeks. Salah will score a penalty. He scores and you guys will tell me Ballon d'Or. Penalty.
Goal is a goal.
Goal is a goal.
Goal is a goal.
And I think
Rashford 30 goals, he might have been a Ballon d'Or candidate. So go on.
That season, yeah, probably.
I think there's a good feeling around Liverpool at the moment, and the momentum is just sky high after winning Madrid and City, in a span of 1 week. So I think they will continue on that form and maybe win by 2 goals.
Gonna say 2-1 Liverpool.
Southampton, Chelsea. I don't even want to talk about this. Just tell me who's going to win. Chelsea is going to win. We all agree. I think it might have to captain Palmer this week.
It's a good shot.
Very tempting.
It's a good shot.
Okay? Because Southampton, put it down. Prep. Sugiwara. Oh, yeah. Man, them are shocking. They are trying to play like Barcelona. Bro, string 2 passes first. They will pass straight. Sobo, take
They're
score.
getting relegated. Right?
Yeah, it's finished. Like, if Southampton don't get relegated, I think at least one of us should buy a Southampton kit. Like, we put some money together, one of us buy a Southampton kit, we give it away. I don't think nobody want to win, no? Nobody want to win the giveaway.
I would
Stand
wear
a chance to win a Southampton kit.
I would
You'll
wear
wear,
dribbling.
you'll wear everything.
Dribbling jersey?
I read dribbling,
Yeah, Southampton, we're dribbling on the back. If Southampton
33.
stay up, okay? To all of our listeners, if that happens, Bournemouth Spurs, I don't know, bro. Spurs might win 4-0. It's a hard game. Bournemouth away is a hard game.
I'm calling a Spurs.
Certain title runners got there, slapped up by the Cherries. Saliba best centre back.
That was a red card.
red card.
Yeah, hold it.
He pulled him down though.
I think Spurs are winning this.
Spurs.
Yeah, based on the... If you're a betting man, the way it goes, he's supposed to win this 4-5-0.
Yep.
They will smash Bournemouth. Expressions will be back. Oh my God, we're back. Like, you go crazy. And then the next week, they're playing Chelsea, they lose 5-0. And then they'll win. And then that's how it will go. But I think Bournemouth will have something to say in this game. I think Bournemouth are really good. What is the manager's name? I don't want to butcher his name.
Iraola.
Iraola, I think he's really good. I think he's a manager that a lot of clubs will be in for. A matter of
We need
time.
a stat count on how many accents there were this episode. There was Spanish, there was Arabic, there was Indian.
Yo, that's what. Yo, I mean, you know, I'm trying to make it entertaining for the listeners, man. We don't have Malcolm. Malcolm has the more, you know, he ask you questions on who has the most headers in the Premier League. They bring you snippets from Las Palmas, who won today, by the way. Las Palmas beating Barcelona. Why? A certain magician didn't play. Actually, he might have played. I don't know. I just waffling out my ass. But, you know, yeah, Barcelona lost to Las Palmas. I woke up today morning. I saw Fabio Silva prop. I knew something was wrong.
Fabio Silva.
I've only seen this guy being like girls thirsting over him because he's handsome. You know Fabio Silva, right? Very good looking man, but football might not be his thing. But scoring against Hansi Flick, please sort it out. But, you know, we've talked about all the games. Talk about a big one now. Arsenal United. Ahmad against Timber. I think Timber will be licking his lips.
I think
Ahmad
United will have
scored.
something to say.
Sorry?
United will have something to say.
Ahmad with the winner?
Ahmad will have a decent game.
I think so.
I think that you could put money on Rashford to score. Lah.
Yeah, I agree.
Yeah.
He's
He just anyhow, some way you'd
On
score.
the counter.
On the counter
Bang.
or something. Yeah, but talk about Rashford though. Rashford ST or left wing?
Strike.
Last week, he did, against Everton, he played striker.
Striker.
I think ST.
I think the legs are gone. He is no longer the guy who is a touchline winger. Lah. He's no longer that guy anymore.
Yeah.
Put him in the box and hope 5 for the chance. He's like our Watkins. He will shoot 5, maybe 3 will go in 2, take and go. But, you know, Arsenal, I think you absolutely have to win this game. I think if you do not get 3 points, it's embarrassing.
Choke.
Yeah.
We don't win
You
this.
expect a win?
Yeah.
Comfortable?
No.
Hard.
Yeah.
Hard fought. Diallo twisting, turning.
There's a 5 Indian accents. I mean, Arsenal win. I don't care how. 90th minute win. I don't give a fuck. But you know,
As they will, will score a goal. Højlund will get pulled down. Last minute, who Nketiah will score. Some guy will score.
yeah, I mean,
Jesus will send Dalot back to Portugal.
Onana will stay rooted.
Onana will stay rooted. He doing dance step. Yep.
I'll take
But-
a win, however they come.
Yeah, I think 4:15 game. First half, I think end of first half, I might go play Fajr.
Fair?
Because I might be watching something that sends me straight to Jahannam.
It's not that bad.
It's not
What are you watching that's going to be bad?
Everton played through us. Odegaard is back. Rice is back. Mainu is suspended.
Mazraoui falls centre back.
Yes.
Evans. You know,
It's
Licha
more-
is out.
Licha is out. Might be advantage for us. But that
Kobe
being,
is out.
Kobe being out means Kaze Ugarte. They might not know how to keep a football.
Might be more, more protection for United at the back.
Yeah, more protection.
Be more haram football.
You saw the
Yeah.
protection live, what? At Old Trafford. He gave the protection. Salah take. Diaz take. He gave. But, you know, I'm just concerned because I would actually be very impressed with Amorim's tactical kind of approach if he pushes Ahmad as a right winger in that game, brings in Mazraoui, puts an additional centre back for cover. You know, and I would be fine with Ahmad as a right wing back if you drop one of the wingers in the front three, like you drop a Zexi for a Mount, because we need legs in the midfield. I think Mount should play. You know, he's been like giving so much props to Mount, right? So I think it'll be interesting to see how we approach the game. But I don't know, man. I think we get smashed. I legitimately think we get smashed. But I won't be angry because it is a transitional phase United are in. And, going from back 4 to back 3, these players have not been coached. Some of them diabolical. And the problem is in a very structured system, players who have not been really, training well, they kind of get exposed.
I think if Anthony starts, it'll be a different game.
Yeah, you think you get smashed, right?
It might be 4-0 United.
4-0 to United.
If Anthony starts.
I don't know. I mean, at one point, Arsenal were in a title race, and it might have been the 3 points they won at Old Trafford where Anthony scored might have been the league.
Nah, I don't think so.
But yeah, it actually did come to that game because the last game of the season, you guys won, City won, you lost by a point.
We lost to West Ham at home. That was the killer.
It's not about that. It's about the fact that Anthony costed you a title.
No,
Deep debt, bro.
he didn't.
Anthony did this.
That was a normal away game at Old Trafford. You can't be losing to West Ham at home. That's the issue.
3 celebration. He scratched you, I want to harm myself. You did that 2 years ago. But, I think, I don't know, man. I think it might be a good game. But do you think Arsenal will be pragmatic a little bit, though? Because usually they kind of approach United going flying at them, right? But and then at times United do get the counter. And then that's how we've usually been scoring at Emirates. I think they'll be a bit more controlled.
Arteta probably wouldn't be entirely sure to approach that setup. So I think it won't be like a, all out from the minute go, but we'll see what happens.
I think they would want to impose themselves.
For
They're
sure,
playing at home. They would want to start right. So I don't think they would be pragmatic. They would go all out. They're home. They are a team on great form. And they are coming up against a United who are not really, up there yet. So I think Arteta would go all out and it might play into United's hands.
Yeah, Diallo on the counter, I think Timber might be shiver me timbers,
Diallo pressing high is scary sight. I can't lie.
He wins the ball when he presses up high.
Diallo pressing high is a scary sight. Let's just get the FPL talk and get me out of here. Okay, because I think another 20 minutes my head might fly. Okay, FPL talk, certain man captain Haaland. I think that happened a couple of weeks ago. We weren't filming. Certain man captain Haaland and he blanked.
Who?
I'm not sure.
Okay,
Certain man said he would.
Captain
Certain man said he would walk the league, but he's in 4th in our own group chat
lose
league.
games too,
Man compared himself to City,
City lose games.
Have you won 6? He's doing this, He's doing this. Wallah, he's doing this. Over FPL. But diabolical week for me because I had Larson. I took him out for Cunha. Cunha shared the bait. Larson scored 2. Yep. This game takes no skill. It takes no skill.
I mean, it's poor transfer decision on you.
Yeah, poor transfer decision on you. You are one to talk. You're third, bro.
That's alright, no? Champions League.
You don't get Champions League spots here, bro.
Champions League
Either
spot.
win or But yeah, 3 clowns FPL talk. I brought in Kirkes, 4.4 mil. I think it's a cheap defender that plays every week. I wouldn't take advice from myself if I was you. So don't bring in Kirkes unless you want to finish in the bottom half. But Amran, what are you going to tell the people to do?
I think I've been giving good advice for the past, few podcasts.
You want to look at the camera and tell them who you want to bring in. I know what you're going to do also. I know what you're going to do.
I think the next few Brighton fixtures are looking tasty. So you might want to bring a Brighton asset. Maybe a Joao Pedro if you haven't.
You were telling me something about...
Or Estupinan and someone who is on form right now.
Who is that?
In a certain Manchester section.
Amad Diallo?
No.
That's my
We are
biggest
talking
Can you
about
give me
a
a
guy.
clue?
He scored 2 goals the previous game.
You mean this guy?
Yes, this guy.
Yeah.
him
in. Yeah,
We are
but-
finished.
I'm not doing that.
Asking people to bring Rashford for 7 mil is crazy. Okay, actually, it might be 6.8, 6.9. I mean, not bad lah, I guess.
Nah, it's not. It's not
I mean, what about you? You got 5 injuries. How?
oh, that's a shocker. I got Vanderland out. I got Veltman.
When I got a clean sheet? Oh no, he didn't even play. Sorry, he's injured.
Veltman's on a knock. Konate's out for 5 weeks.
You can give them prescription, no?
Uh,
I'll ask Ras to link you out with the United doctors.
I'm gonna go for a Chelsea defender here this week. I'm gonna go for Colville or Kukurea.
Bukayo. Knowing Chelsea, they'll win like 3-1. They'll have a clean sheet right in the 92nd minute, and then they'll concede.
But then again, no Premier League team bar Arsenal is keeping consistent clean sheets, of that sort. So defenders
And
probably
yeah,
not.
I mean, talking about Arsenal, Arsenal gets pens left, right, and center. Every time it's a corner, it's a pen, right?
Bukayo.
Gabriel will do, I don't know, bro, what? Do this. Gabriel beefing a random striker in another league is exactly why I hate this football club.
I would take Gyökeres, not random.
He wouldn't take your.
I would take Gyökeres.
Okay, he probably would have come, but after Gabriel done that, he's
Yeah,
not gonna come. He might punch his face. Have you seen the bill of the guy? He might kill him, bro.
Is he going United?
I think that's the
He has
ideal
to be, lah.
destination.
We might throw a Sean Willis.
You got Højlund, Zirkzee, Rashford, Gyökeres.
Still a double cup run.
Someone will leave.
I'll take Højlund. No, I won't.
You won't. Actually, you might lah. You won't.
No.
I would much rather have Nketiah than Højlund.
We don't have him either, so. Yeah.
I mean, I think it's a good way to end the episode. I think we talked a lot about a lot of stuff we caught up. I mean, guys, we'll be probably back more consistently, with the episodes. Just a bit of rebranding going on, a lot of things behind the scenes that we are working on. Amran now sits on the top of the league, you're Liverpool fan. 9 points clear, certain men are 9 points behind, certain men are 9s. So
Got a few nines there.
a lot of 9s. And you know what's 9 in Tamil? I think that's a good way to end it. Guys, to the Indian listeners, let me know what is 9 in Tamil. Again, 9 in Tamil, let me know. I want you all to let me know. Okay? With that, we catch you in the next one. Peace.